Hey, hello, family and friends, and all my loved ones across the globe. We are here once again on Abusuabi YouTube channel. And today, guess what? Today, we are not going to do politics. We are going to treat ourselves to the preparation of peanut butter soup. Peanut butter soup. In Ghana, we say groundnut soup. But when you go to Yankee, they don't say groundnut, they say peanuts. So we're going to treat ourselves to peanut butter soup or groundnut soup. I mean, how to prepare peanut butter soup or groundnut soup. Like I said earlier in one of my videos or some of my videos, I told you that this channel, a Busunyabi YouTube channel, we're going to treat you to politics, preparation of delicious traditional African meals or cuisines, and also we'll be talking about some social issues. Today is my first session of meal preparation, and um we decided to start with peanut butter soup preparation because that is what one of my fans suggested we start with. So, what peanut butter soup is a very common soup prepared in many Ghanaian households. You can eat peanut butter soup with fufu, especially after your Sunday church. You can eat peanut butter soup with banku. You can eat peanut butter soup with kenke. You can even eat peanut butter soup with rice balls. You can even eat peanut butter soup with, guess what, bread, our usual bread. Yes. And I mean, preparation of peanut butter soup is not difficult. It's not difficult at all. One of the first ingredients you need, of course, according to the name of the soup, you need peanuts or your groundnut paste. Growing up, our mothers, our aunties, our grandmas, they did not really get the paste from the market. They got the peanuts, they roast it, they grind it, and sieve it. It goes through all that kind of processes. But we are lucky we are able to get the peanut paste fresh from the market. You know, this is the peanut paste I'm using. So your first ingredient is to get your peanut paste. Then of course you need a pan. I'm using this pan, and you need your choice of meat. The choice of meat or fish, whatever. You can use any kind of meat you want in preparation of peanut butter soup. You can use fish, meat, mushrooms. I think you can even use snails. I've not tried using snails in cooking peanut butter soup yet, you know. But I think you can use any kind of meat you want, any kind of fish you want. Um, so that's that with the meat and the fish choice. You can even mix it. You can have assorted goat meat, I mean pork, beef, chicken. You can mix it with your mud fish, catfish, whatever. But I'm using just chicken. My chicken is already chopped. It's chopped into bite-sized pieces. Yes. So and you use basic ingredients. Um, my choice of tomato is tomato on the vine. Tomato on the vine. That's my choice of tomato. I love tomato on the vine. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit clumsy here. Yes, my choice of tomato is tomato on the vine. That's what I love to use. Yes, tomato on the vine. Yeah, I love tomato on the vine because it's very tasty, you know, tasty, and it smells really good. So, um, tomato on the vine. Then I love to use garlic. I love my garlic, man. I love garlic in my food, you know. Garlic, yes. And of course, I love my ginger in my soup too. My ginger. Of course, if you like spicy, go with habaneros, you know, ojemba, papushiko, habaneros. I'm using 5 habaneros. I'm using 5 habaneros. So yes, and of course you use I mean, I like my soup to be very tasty, so I also use shallots. Shallots. Yeah. I also use shallot. Yeah. I use shallots. Yes. So that is that. So let's go over the ingredients again. First I said you need to get your peanut paste, of course. The peanut paste, you can get the peanut paste through roasting your own peanut and all of that and blending it and sieving it or whatever. Or you can get your peanut paste fresh from the market. Get your peanut paste, your choice of meat, chicken, fish, beef, goat meat, pork, whatever. For today's preparation, I'm using chicken, which is already chopped, and your ingredients, you know, tomatoes on the vine, shallots. I love me some garlic, man. I love garlic. I love my ginger. Yeah, and also I love my bouillon, my chicken bouillon, bouillon cubes. Yeah, so that's that. One thing about me is in my kitchen, nothing is wasted. Nothing is wasted. Why am I saying this? I don't throw the tomato skin when I peel the tomato skin, the shallot skin, the garlic skin. I don't throw them away. I keep them. I keep them in a bag like this and I store them in my refrigerator. Guess what I do with it? I boil it and I drink it. I drink it as a beverage, whatever you want to call it. Sometimes I put honey in it. You can find out the importance of that. So once again, nothing goes waste in my kitchen. The tomato peels, no, not the tomato peels, sorry. The shallot peels, um, the ginger when I peel it, the garlic peels, and all of that, I don't throw them away. I keep them in a plastic bag. Like you can keep them in anything that you want. I keep them in this plastic bag, keep them in the refrigerator, then I boil it, you know, boil it when I want to have some beverage. That's what I drink. It's very healthy. It keeps me strong, keeps me strong. Yeah. So that's that. So after chopping the after chopping your choice of meat and putting it in a pan or a pot, whatever, I already have basil. Basil too is one thing that you need when you're cooking peanut butters. I mean, with chicken especially, I love to use basil. I love my food to smell good, and my food got to be tasty. So I love basil. I already boiled the chicken. This is not how everybody does it. But this is how I did it because I want my chicken to be very soft and tender. So I already boiled the chicken. Now we're going to um we're going to wash we're going to wash the tomatoes. I'm going to choose five. I mean, I'm a man of numbers. I love numbers. You know, I love I love certain numbers. I don't like certain numbers. I'm going to choose five of these tomatoes on the vine. I'm going to use five, okay? Yes, so we're going to use five of my tomato. I'm going to wash it and I put it, inside the pot. So I wash this tomato, I wash it under running water. We'll be blending the tomatoes, in good time, and we'll add to the soup. But now I'm just putting this five fresh, succulent, juicy tomato in my pot. Yes, so yeah. Then what's next? The next thing is I'm going to I'm going to, you know, peel the shallots and the garlic and I put it in the blender and I'll blend it and I'll add to the chicken. I'm also going to add I'm also going to add my ginger. Okay. I mean everybody does it differently. Somebody may decide to chop the shallot, or I may even choose to chop the shallot and add to the chicken on the fire. Okay. So everybody does it differently. In Ghana, we say something like "Utogum shegum ni nyinaa kɔ kwansɛn baako mu." What it literally means is like there are so many ways of killing a cat, right? There are so many ways of killing. I'm not saying go and kill a cat, but it's just an idiomatic expression. Okay, so you can decide to chop the shallots straight up into the pot, or you can blend it before with your ginger, your garlic, and all of that. And like I said earlier, I love me some spicy soup. So I'm going to use five of these. Okay, five of the papushito habanero. Let me wash it. Yes. Well, I hope you guys are having a good time wherever you are. I hope your day is going great. I'm feeling fabulous. I went to work today. It's not yet 12 o'clock yet, so it's still today here. I went to work today from work. I got straight into my bed and I slept. I woke up not too long ago, so I'm feeling fresh and very energized, very energized. So, like I said, well, let's just decide to chop this. I'm going to chop this first. Let me wash it first, okay? After washing my shallot, then I'll peel the leaves, the skin, leaves, whatever, and I'll add it to my stock of um onion, skin, leaves, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so let's do it. Let's wash. Let's wash the shallot. Okay, but please get your comments and your criticisms coming in. Okay, I know what I'm doing. I'm not perfect. My kitchen is not, it's not really set up to be doing YouTube videos. I'm not trying to impress nobody. This is how my kitchen looks naturally. So I'm not trying to, you know, make it look as if it's a five-star kitchen or whatever. So that's that. And for those of you who don't really know me, I'm very particular about what I put in my body. Anything I put in my body, I have to make sure I'm benefiting from it because I'm not going to use the energy in my body to just metabolize, you know, anything that I just put in my body. What I'm trying to say is like, I mean, excuse me, I'm not trying to be um critical or hard on people who eat whatever they want to eat, but all I'm trying to say is I'm very particular about what I put in my body. Whatever I put in my body got to be beneficial to me. So that's very important to me. So, like I said, I'm not going to blend this with the ginger and all of that. I'm just going to chop it and put in the pot, okay? With the tomatoes on the vine. Yeah, so I'm gonna chop it into little pieces. Can decide to use your chopping board for this. Growing up, we see our mothers and our aunties and our cousins, our grandmas chop it right like this. Instead of using a chopping board, we put it right like this. Let me show you. This is how we do it. Put it right in your palm. Don't do it like that if you cannot. Okay. Put it right in your hands like this. Then you chop it. Okay. Yeah. So I'm chopping it and putting it right into the soup. I mean, it's not soup yet, but into the pot, to my pot. You know, I wish I had a cameraman who would be um showing you what's going on here, but I hope you can imagine what I'm doing. So I just chop it. Yeah, chopping my shallot. Yeah, shallot into my pot. Yeah, chop my shallot into my pot. Yeah, so then we're going to peel the garlic. The garlic. I'm going to peel the garlic and add it to my spicy habanero in the blender. Okay, so I'm going to peel the garlic, and like I said, the garlic peels, the onion peels, the ginger peels, all of that. I don't throw them away. I put them in a stock and I put them in my refrigerator. When I feel like having a beverage, I boil it and I drink it. Sometimes I add pineapple skin. When I have pineapple, I add pineapple skin to it. It's very healthy. Sometimes too I add what do you call it? Honey to it. So yes, nothing goes waste in my kitchen, especially skins of vegetables, and it has a lot of locked up nutrients, minerals, and all of that. You can do your research on it. Okay? Yeah, so I love garlic. I love garlic. Yes, it's healthy. Yeah, so that's what we're doing now. Yeah, and please, if this is your first time visiting Ebusunyobi channel, please don't just, watch and scroll by. Subscribe, like, and share so that all the good stuff going on here, you know, um, that people too will benefit. Okay. So, like I've said in my earlier videos, and even I said it a couple of minutes ago, that on the Buswebi channel, we're going to treat you to good, good political news. We're going to treat you to preparation of delicious African cuisine, Ghanaian cuisine specifically, and also we're going to be talking about some very critical, important social issues. I mean, when I start my social issues, it's gonna be a blast. It's gonna be, a blast, a real blast, and we'll just tell it like it is and let the chips fall where they may. Like, our famous KSM will say. Yes. So I have my um peeled my garlic. I put it in my blender. Now I'm going to peel the ginger. I love me some good ginger in my peanut butter soup. So I'm going to peel the ginger. The ginger, I also don't throw the ginger peel away. I add it to my stock. Okay, add it to my stock so that when I want to make my beverage, I'll boil it. Then that'll be my beverage. That's what I drink. That's what I drink. Yeah. So ginger peels, onion peels, shallot peels, garlic peels, and even the vine for the tomatoes, I don't throw them away. I add it. When I'm boiling all of this, I add the vine. It gives it some really sweet smell and it's nutritious too, So, yes, nothing is wasted in my kitchen. So, once again, welcome to Ebusuebi channel and especially to our first session, our first cooking session, peanut butter soup cooking session. Peanut butter soup. In Ghana, we will say groundnut, groundnut soup. In Yankee, we say peanut. In Yankee, we don't say groundnut, we say peanut. So I'm still, I'm still peeling my ginger. If you can see, I'm sorry I don't have a cameraman. So yeah, I wish I had a cameraman who will show you how I'm doing this, but I don't. So I'm just peeling my ginger. Yeah. So once again, welcome to Ebusuebi channel, where we treat you to good political news. Our first cooking session is in progress right now, and we'll be treating you to excuse me, we'll be treating you also to social news. Okay, sorry, my ginger fell, so I got to wash it. We wash it under the faucet, running faucet. Yeah, so I'll chop it, put it in my blender. Yes. While all this thing is going on, yes, the fish and the tomato is also in the pot cooking. Yeah. So yeah, yeah. Please keep your comments coming in. Okay. I mean, any suggestions? What type of meals you would like me to cook? I mean, I know how to cook most meals, most traditional Ghanaian meals, soups, stews. Because guess what? When I was growing up, I was always tied to my mother's apron strings. Yes, I was always tied to my mother's apron strings. Whenever my mother told me, I mean, at home or growing up, my mother used to call me Nanaya. Everybody calls me Nanaya at home, So I was called Nanaya at home. So when my mother would say that, may her beautiful soul rest in perfect peace. Yeah, I miss her so much. My mother was saying, Nana, I'll sit here. When my mother tells me to sit, I'm gonna sit. Wherever she asks me to sit, you know. When we go to the kitchen, she'll be like, Nana, do this, do that, do that. So all of that I was observing. And I mean, I'm very grateful that I listened to my mother, and now living by myself, I'm able to, do a lot for myself. I mean, I don't buy food from outside. I go to the restaurant once in a while, but I'm not an avid restaurant eater. I go to the restaurant, to treat friends, and once in a while I'll go to the restaurant myself, maybe go get some Chinese food or some good chicken or some side, meal. Yes. But I'm not a fan of eating out. So I love to cook. Yeah, I love to cook. So now I got my ginger. I got my ginger right here. So we have ginger here, we have garlic, and we have what? Our habanero. Ojemba papushito, papushito right here. But we want it spicy, right? So I'm going to blend this and I'll add it to the chicken and the tomato on the vine in the pot. Okay, the tomato, we're going to blend the tomato later on. Okay, we're not going to blend the tomato right now. We'll blend the tomato later on. So let me set up my blender. Yeah. I'm sorry, I don't have a cameraman for you to know everything that's going on here. So I'm going to add a little bit of water, you know. I'm going to add a little bit of water to this, maybe one and a half cups of water. Then I'll blend it and I'll add it to the meat, my chicken, and the tomato on the vine. Okay. Yes. Yes. We have running water here. This running water is clean water. It's not like somewhere around the world where when you want to get water, it comes out like galamsey water. We're not going to go into that yet. We'll make other videos to talk about galamsey and how it is affecting our water bodies in Ghana. Okay, so I'm sorry, I'm going to blow your minds a little bit. I'm going to disturb you with the sound of the blender. The temperature. So yeah, so this is what's going on right now. I'm blending. Yeah, so yeah, blending my water, my vegetables. Yes, it didn't take long. Yes, yeah. So this is it. This is how it came out. So this is the ginger, the shallot, and the garlic, and the papushito, and the habanero. I use 5 habanero. I love spicy. I mean, I'm cooking this meal for myself. So yeah, I love spicy. So I'm going to add it to it. Pour it right here. Pour it right here, and I'm going to stir it. I'm going to stir. This reminds me of one of our colleagues. When I was in St. Peter's, I as part of my education, I attended the St. Peter's Senior Secondary School in Kwetia in Ghana, and there is this story where one of our colleagues, like, he used to drool. He used to drool, he used to drool saliva from his mouth. I'm sorry, we cook him, but this is just a story, by the way, you know. So I said, this guy, whenever you're having your gari soakings, this guy will come. Oh, please, can I have some of your soakings? If you decide not to give him some of your soakings, then he will pick a spoon from his pocket. Then he'll put the spoon in your cup of soakings or whatever. And he say, "Oh, then make I stir, make I stir." That was just by the way. Yeah. So back to making our peanut butter soup. Now we have our meat, our choice of meat here. We have our vegetables. We have our blended ginger. We have our blended garlic, um, shallots, all in here. And I also got basil in there. Basil, the tomato is not blended yet. And sometimes, I mean, we all do things differently. Like I said earlier on, it depends when and what type of peanut you want to use. I use this fresh, freshly made uh, uh creamy peanut. I decide to put it in when I'm steaming the meat. You know, there are people who prepare this soup. They boil the peanut butter separately, and you know add it to the pot of soup, or the pot where you have the meat at the latter part of the cooking. I like to put the peanut butter at the preparatory stage, But one thing, when you are cooking with peanut butter, you have to be very careful. You have to pay attention, because there is a tendency for the soup to, boil over. It becomes foamy and it'll boil over. So you have to be very careful. And that's one reason why there are some people who like to just cook the peanut butter separately, before they add it to the pot where you have the meat. But I love to add the peanut butter right, straight up. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna take 3 scoops of the peanut. It depends. I'm not going to tell you measure this, measure that. Growing up, when my mother was cooking, I didn't see any scale or nothing. Just gauge. You use your eyes to gauge. Okay. So depending on how you want to make it thick or fluid or whatever. Yeah. So I'm going to use 3 scoops, 3 scoops of the tablespoon. Okay. All right. So that's it. So yeah, I guess maybe you can hear the boiling. Yeah, so take 3 scoops, just three. I'm not gonna use it much. Yeah, 2, 3. Yeah, so yes. So that's it. Done with my peanut stage. And at this point, yeah, peanut is delicious. So at this point, you may decide to stir, you know, decide to stir for the ingredients and everything to mix up, uniformly. Yeah, so you decide to stir. I hope everybody's following. It's not really a big deal making peanut butter soup. It's not a big deal at all. And for that matter, any other soup. I might say the most difficult soup to prepare in terms of the processes involved will be, maybe palm nut soup, you know, palm nut soup. Yeah, so everything is boiling here. I mean, like I said, there are so many ways of killing a cat. There are so many ways of killing a cat. As was said by one of, I don't like to bring politics into this, but at some point, and in Ghana politics, I think about 5 years ago, one of these NDC gurus said there are so many ways in killing a cat. So many ways. So I love to put my chicken bouillon cubes. I like 3. I mean, I'm a man of numbers. Somebody will say, instead of maybe choosing 2, I may even choose 1. I wouldn't put 2 in my soup. I would like 1 or 3, or 5. I wouldn't choose 6. 6 is not my number. Yeah. So when I put 3 of this, okay, don't ask me why, but I'm just gauging. I'm doing it to my taste. But this is, some of the things that we all do. Yeah. So I'm going to put 3 of the cubes. Of course, I'm not going to put it um with the wrap on. I'm going to unwrap it. I'm going to unwrap it, then put it inside here. At this point, you can decide to lower your to number 5 or medium. I don't know how. I don't know what kind of burner you're using, but when I started cooking, it was on number 7. From 8, you go to the highest number. So I put it on number 7. Now I've reduced it to number, I think, let's say 5, 5.5, whatever. So yeah. Now it's smelling. It started to smell yummy. So at this point, you can decide to um at this point you can even decide to blend your tomatoes. Okay. Yes. Everything is time. It's late right here. It's late right now. It's past 10:30. I got to finish making this soup. And I have to study. I have assignments to present. I have 2 assignments to present. I'm studying, some courses. Yeah. In America, the more you go to school, the more you make money. So I want to make more money. Yeah. So, and this is the vine from the tomato. Like I said, I don't throw them away. I keep them with my onion leaves, garlic leaves, ginger peels, and all of that. I put it in the refrigerator. When I feel like having a beverage, I boil this and I drink it. That's a bunch of antioxidants, minerals, name it. You can research on that or about that. Okay. Yeah. So let me put my bouillon box here, right here. Yes. So, oh, everything's looking great now. Yes. So I'm going to take the tomatoes out from the soup. Then we'll blend it. Okay. Start blending the tomato on the vine. Of course, we'll pour it back in the soup. Tomato is part of what's gonna make it tasty. So this is it. This is it. As you can all see, you know, yeah, it's coming along. It's coming along. It started smelling yummy already. Like I said, you're welcome to our first peanut butter soup preparation session. And we're going to have more of this. I mean, I can cook a bunch of Ghanaian traditional meals. Apapransa, fufu, banku, name it. Kenke, name it. Okay. So we're going to blend the tomatoes. Then we'll pour the tomato back. Then voila, we just leave the soup to sit for maybe 30 minutes. You know, when you realize that all the foam is coming down, or you don't see any foam, you know, on the surface of your soup, then you know that the soup is almost ready or it's ready. Like I said earlier, you can have fufu with your soup, you can have banku with your soup, you can have kenke, you can have rice balls, you can even drink your soup just like that. You can just drink it. Sometimes that's what I do. I just drink the soup, you know. And you can even have bread with your soup. It's delicious. Bread and soup don't go there. It's yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy. So let's do this. Yes. So let me let's get the tomatoes right here. Everything is done, is being done in a quick, fast, pace. Okay. Because we don't have time. Like I said earlier, I have to finish this in good time and get on my school work, have assignments to present. So yeah, we're not about to waste the whole time doing this. So yes. So I'm just going to blend the tomato on the vine. You can use whatever tomato you want, but for me, tomato on the vine is one of the tastiest. One of the tastiest tomatoes. You can even use tin tomatoes, but I mean, I use canned stuff sometimes, but I'm not a fan of canned things. I use canned things. I use corned beef. Yeah, sometimes I use canned tin tomatoes or canned tomatoes. But when I'm making soup and I want it to taste delicious and natural, I prefer to use tomato on the vine. Right? So voila. I'm gonna disturb you a little bit. Yes. Yes, sorry about that. Boom. Now we all done. We all done. That's it. So voila. This is your blended tomato on the vine. I'm gonna pour it, and your soup is getting ready. Almost. We almost there. Voila. Ooh, smells good already. Yummy, yummy, yummy. You know, yeah, and I don't like putting a lot of salt in my food. I eat salt, but I don't eat a lot. You know, when you growing, you have to make some decisions, and for that matter, some choices. Yes, it's not everything that you have to continue to eat as you grow. After some age, you have to avoid certain things. So I decide to cut out um on my salt intake. Because I tell my kids I'm trying to live up to a healthy 100. I'm not just trying to grow old. I'm not just trying to grow old. I'm trying to grow old in a healthy fashion. All right. So yes, I've managed to cut down on my salt intake. You know. So that's it. So now our peanut butter soup is almost ready. We just leave it to sit for, let's say, 25 to 30 minutes. Then your peanut butter soup is ready. Voila. Yes, so that's it. Yeah. So now this is it. Let me show you final preparation. So this is how it looks. So this right here contains your choice of meat. And in this instance, we have chicken as our choice of meat. It contains basil. It contains tomato on the vine. It contains ginger. It contains garlic. It contains shallot. And it contains what again? Habanero to make it spicy. And of course, I added my chicken bouillon cubes. Yeah. So once again, welcome to our first cooking session on Ebusiabi YouTube channel. Hey, well, I think this will bring us to the end of our cooking session. Well, tonight, I'll say tonight, because I'm on the Pacific Coast right now and it's 10:43 p.m. So that's it. I will let it sit for about 25 to 30 minutes and my soup will be ready. You're welcome to taste with me, to dine with me. Maybe we'll wine with some um 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 we're not just gonna we are not going to drink wine. We'll wine with, let's say, mango juice, or even we can wine with some of this as beverage, right? Don't forget, you can use your tomato on the vine, you can use your ginger peels, you can use your shallot peels, you can use your onion peels, and you can use your garlic peels as a beverage. I don't throw this away. Okay. I keep them in my refrigerator and I boil it and I drink it as my beverage. Sometimes I add honey to it when I have honey. And also sometimes I add pineapple, the pineapple skin. Yeah, sometimes I add it and boil it together. It's very healthy. Research into that or research about that. Okay. So this will be the end of our cooking session for tonight. Thank you for joining me. And once again, if you've not subscribed to Ebusuebi YouTube channel, please do so. This is where we treat you to the best of political news, social news, and good cooking sessions, traditional Ghanaian meals. Okay? Thank you. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Okay? subscribe, like, and share. And remember, I love you. Peace and love to you. Be good. Thank you.